Hello everyone, in this video I'll be covering the new console mod fix update that just released for Baldur's Gate 3 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox players. As well, I'll be going over some best practices to reduce the issues that you may have with console mods, because they now have a limit of 100 mods now being placed on console. And with this, I know some people want to have more than 100 mods, but I'll be covering some best practices and just ways to be able to kind of circumvent that. Now, we got ourselves here on the Larian or Baldur's Gate 3 Facebook. A follow-up fix for over 100 mods has been deployed. If you have saves with using over 100 mods in console, this fix will now allow you to attempt to load them with requiring all the mods that you had enabled. And they also posted on their Larian blog here for the Baldur's Gate 3 website. So hello everyone. This week or last week we dropped a hotfix that introduced a 100 mod limit to prevent stability issues. And this meant that some number of console players were not able to access their saves while we were waiting for this patch to drop. So follow-up fix has now gone live and now allows console players to load saves that previously had over 100 mods enabled by disabling mods that are currently active on those saves. So what this means for you, if you are affected by this, you basically will have to go and re-enable the mods again, because it would have disabled all of them as they would have caused issues. This will give console players the opportunity to continue playing these saves. If you didn't have any saves of more than 100, this doesn't affect you, but here's some recommendations, and I'll be giving my thoughts on this as well going over some mods that I would recommend to kind of lessen the burden of this, because obviously having less than 100 mods some people don't like that. Personally, I have like 200 to 300 mods on PC, but I could easily go with it with under 100, so I'll talk a bit about that. But when you're modding a game, changing some of the files means that particular mods or requests to be enabled to ensure that your saves load correctly. This hotfix also gives you the ability to resubscribe up to 100 of the mods. And while this fix aims to restore these saves, due to the nature of modding, you may still encounter instability. If you want to regain access to your saves with some of the other mods you previously had enabled and still remain under the 100 mod limit, the following mods tend to have lower impact on your saves. We recommend trying to have a save without these first. So dice skin mods, face cosmetics, and mods that add items. Now, if you have any face mods currently equipped, you'll likely still have to have them on your character, because if you try to remove it, you may get the cursed blue face of death, where your character face just gets removed completely and it looks scary. So yeah, you may have to do that. As well, dice cosmetics, I would recommend having one equipped that's not the ones that you're going to remove. So if you like, I know some people download every single one of them, just have one equipped, and don't resubscribe to the rest, or unsubscribe whenever you're going to change your dice mod. And also it says mods that add items. However, there are some mods that add items, and there's going to be issues that arise from that. Removing mods that have items, if you have them in your current inventory, it can cause some issues. I know some people resolve this by throwing the weapons off of like ledges and into pits to get rid of the items, and then they remove the mods. So that is an option that you can go with if you're finding you're still having issues from that. But yeah, these are the lower impact ones compared to class mods, although I've removed and added a lot of different mods in my playthroughs. Didn't really have much issues, but yeah, modding is unpredictable, so there is obviously the occasional issue that may pop up, but that's from Larian, the best practices to help reduce the issues. Now, why do they have a 100 mod limit? Well, consoles run differently than on PC, because on console, it's a different eco structure there in terms of how it can load in different files. On a PC, it's used to having a very dedicated CPU unit, whereas on a console, it's a bit more focused around gaming and not so much from dragging a lot of files around. Like if you have a PC, you're probably not just using it just for gaming, you're probably doing a bit of other tasks on it, which requires you to use multiple files and things like that. So PCs are a bit more of a generalist, whereas consoles are dedicated to gaming. And drawing from a ton of different files is not something that consoles typically do well. If you've ever played Fallout or Skyrim, you'll know that that's been quite a buggy experience. So the 100 mod limit is to reduce the issues that do pop up, because as you do increase your amount of mods that are installed, more issues start to arise. So I know the 100 mods issue sucks. I've gotten a lot of complaints about that, and it's valid to feel that way, but there's these things in place because people were freaking out and attacking Larian because their mods were causing issues in games. As mods, Larian can't test every single mod to have interactions with other mods, because there's typically going to be some issues that kind of bounce between them. So yeah, this is unfortunate, but it's the way it is. Now, I guess to kind of help out with that, I want to talk about some mods that I think work really well on consoles. So here's a list of all the console mods. Don't download them all willy-nilly. Some of them are better than others, and I'll be breaking that down. So I guess imp UI is an important one to always have for the other mods to work properly. Hair unlocked, there's a few different hair mods, like more hair, hair unlocked. Find which one you want to use for your playthrough and go with it. I find the hair unlocked a pretty solid one. Gives you a bunch of different hairstyles from the NPCs, and this one just adds new hairs. And then K's hair mod is another one for customization. So what I would recommend is download one of them, go try it out, don't save your file, and just find the one that you like best. And then you can just remove the others and just keep your save with the hair mod that you like. And you can do that with all types of mods. So these three here, I guess the top row is a very solid list. So adjustable party size mod, favorite colors, giving you a bunch of different dye options. If dyes aren't really your fancy, you can go for other ones, but this one gives you a lot of dye options, over 90 different dyes. So this is probably the most comprehensive one in this list for as far as dyes go. Artificer mod just released in console today, so this was huge, really exciting mod. I was really looking forward to this one for a while, and we finally got it. So Fear Taylor's camp clothing mod adds a ton of clothing, 450 different pieces. So if you're looking for different armors, a lot of the ones that people look for on PC are actually in this. So test it out. There's a ton of them. And also the unlock level curve is also another really great mod for those that want to go up to level 20. However, currently it is bugged so that druids lose their wild shape form. So that is something to keep in mind. Mistress Spells is another really impactful one here. So I guess this is the unlock level curve here, but Mistress Spells, it adds 132 new spells to the game. This is huge for every wizard and sorcerer, really any caster gets a bunch of new spells. It's a lot of fun. Green Flame Blade, Booming Blade, many others. A lot of people really enjoy this one, and I do too. I also like the Mystic class, although this can be a bit overwhelming. It's a very fun class though. There's so many different ways to build it, so I highly recommend that one as well as far as classes go. Treasure Trove, another one that adds like 400 different items to the game. This one's a lot of fun. I recommend this as well. And then Origin Mirror Unlock does have some issues, so I can't say I'd recommend this fully to everyone until hopefully some more updates come and get this all worked out, but it's fun, although buggy. It's buggy on PC too. More beards, again, if you're looking for different hair and customization mods, test them out first before you install them, and install them and save. You can install them, test them out, and uninstall them, but once you save, it starts to lock it down onto your save file, so just be mindful of that. Godslayer class, meh, not really highly recommended. It's a fun one if you want something a little bit more challenging. It's not very strong. Mindweaver is another class that I'd highly recommend. This one's fantastic. Better Target Info is nice for just the UI changes. Tash's Feats is pretty solid. And then there's ones that add NPC faces and hairs. Those are pretty cool too. I know some people really like this mod if you're into that kind of stuff. Vampire Origin, I mean, this is cool if you want to play as a vampire. It did have the issue fix where it made Astarion's name as not found, so that is nice. And then also things like there's some smaller mods. Ether's Brilliant Acquisitions doesn't add any new mods or new items. You're actually probably better off going with the Cheater's Ring mod, because the Cheater's Ring can allow you to summon in any armor that you want at any time and anything from the tutorial chest. So that's really great for those that want to try out custom builds and not have to go to Act 3 to get some of the best gear. So it's now called Cheater Spell Scroll. It'll hopefully have an update coming soon to console. It's already been pushed out to PC. This will allow you to summon in the tutorial chests, a bunch of barrels, you name it. It's fun. It's a bunch of cheats. I'd recommend that one as well. The K's Hair Extensions and Bangs Bangs Everywhere mod, these two, Padme 4000 and Personality, these are great for just further customization because Tav's Hair Salon won't be coming to console. So these two work together really well. I also like the Plasma Weapons, big Star Wars fan, so it's obvious why I like it. Facial animation's cool. It changes the character's face, so whenever you're looking at your character here, you're going to see their eyes are moving around, and then they do these different animations more frequently. So that can be a fun one for some people that are looking for something a little different. I also like, obviously, Immortal Scratch. He's the goodest boy. Wings Unlocked to give yourself wings when you run around. That one's pretty cool. Witch Class gives you a new class that focuses on intelligence, which is pretty fun. And again, a lot of these are for fluff and different, like Visible Shield, starting armor. I don't really recommend this. It's caused issues for some players. Tactician Enhance, another one. This is a difficulty mod, and we'll hopefully see some more soon. I'm so happy this is on console because this is one of the most requested mods, and we now got it. Arcane Vanguard, another really cool one. This adds 4 different subclasses made by Sathos. Did a fantastic job with this, and it's an intelligence-based caster, but also somewhat of a melee class as well. There's also some further, like, normal Hathalith that doesn't make your character look ugly with that. I also like Ember's Loot, which gives you the ability to play with like spirits. It's pretty fun. The Dread Overlord, one of my favorites. This deserves a lot more downloads. By the Dread Overlord. This gives you a Warlock subclass that's extremely powerful. I also have some build guides on it, so you can check those out on my channel if you're curious what those look like. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with this class mod. I think it's probably one of my favorites here. It's just very underrated. Blood Sorcerer is also a very fun one that I recommend trying out. It's a high risk, high reward sorcerer. And also Evelyn Sweetheart. This is a shotgun mod, and Pommel Strike made it alongside Morgana Evelyn. It's based on their shotgun. Pretty cool. There's also, again, a lot of different customization, little things like better healing potions, different dyes. Test these out, see if you like them, remove them if not. That's probably my best suggestion there. So just wanted to cover a bunch of these and talk a bit about the update on console now, because some people are actually asking for this video, so I thought I better cover it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.